If you've had a busy summer and you feel like things have maybe gotten away in you a bit, your routine's gone, there's more eating out, drinking more, moving less, and you just don't quite feel your best, then this video is probably for you. I'm launching something called the September Reset, starting on September 7th. And the idea behind it is pretty simple. It's a 6-week program designed to help you get back into routine, lose some body fat, feel better in your clothes again, and ultimately build a bit of momentum ahead of the last few months of the year. September is actually one of the best times of the year to do it as well. Summer's finishing, unfortunately. Holidays are mostly out of the way. Kids are going back to school. Work routines start to return to normal. And you've got a really good stretch now between now and Christmas to make some good inroads. In this program, you don't need to live in the gym. You don't need to stop eating out. And you definitely don't need to be perfect. Most of the people I coach are normal, everyday people with jobs, families, social lives, and all the usual stuff that makes fat loss that bit more difficult. What they generally need isn't some new extreme diet. They need a wee bit of structure, some accountability, realistic targets, and someone to help them actually stick to it long enough to get the result they're after. Just like Claire here, who lost 10 pounds in her last group coaching program, or Dara, who lost 11 pounds, Mary, who lost 12.5, and John, who lost 13. And we've had plenty of other people who have lost 10 or more pounds over the course of these last few group programs. But something that I'm actually more proud about is what's happened to some of these people after the program finished. People like Joanne and Trish, who went on to lose 28 pounds in total. Amy, who lost 37 pounds. And then there's Connor and Stephen, who went on to lose 42 and 70 pounds in total. All of these people got such great results in the group program that they decided to continue working with us in one-to-one after, and this is where they've ended up. And that's the direction that you could be headed for by signing up for the September Reset. 6 weeks isn't going to completely change your life, and I'm not going to sit here and promise you some outrageous transformation in just 42 days. But 6 weeks is absolutely enough time to see a noticeable difference. Your clothes can fit better, you look visually leaner in your photographs, you'll get your fitness levels back, your confidence, as well as getting back into a routine with your food. And probably most important of all, you can start proving to yourself that you can actually do this. The program itself is split up into 3 phases: build momentum, recharge, and lock it in. The first 3 weeks is where we'll build momentum. We'll keep the head down at the start and make some good progress, deliberately ease things back in the middle, and use the last 2 weeks of the program to finish strong, while also helping you understand how to keep this going long after the 6 weeks are over. The goal of this program isn't to be perfect for 6 weeks, lose some weight, and then regain it all over the next few months. I want you to lose weight, but then also build the habits to keep this going. I want you to understand your calories better. I want you to understand how to manage hunger better. Know what to do when the scales are sticking. And ultimately feel like you have a much better hand on this than what you did when you started. If 6 weeks gets you the result you wanted, and you're happy to keep going from there on your own, brilliant. But for some people, it might just be the start of something spectacular. I've recorded a full podcast episode on the September Reset where I go into much more detail on how the program works, what's included, why I've structured the 6 weeks the way I have. So if you want to give it a listen, I've linked the full episode below in the comments. If you watched this video and you thought, yeah, this September thing sounds good to me and I want in, then I've also linked the priority list down below where you can get early access to a spot when they go live on August 28th. And hopefully I get to work with you in September.